Good morning, student. So let us start today's discussion. Today we will going to discuss about the emerging trend. So in this emerging trend, today we will going to see the artificial intelligence. Then we will learn about the machine learning, natural language processing. Then we will see the immersive experience AR and VR. Then we will see about the robotic, and after the robotic we will see about the big data and its characteristics. So these are all we will going to discuss in this session. And next part, what is that we will be going to discuss on the next video. So let us start with our discussion. So first of all, we will know about the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence means what? We can artificial intelligence. Suppose a special intelligence power. So is compared as about two words. One is artificial and another is intelligence. So where we can find that artificial intelligence means what? A man-made. That is the man is creating, and intelligence means the thinking power. Okay, so thinking power. So we can find it that the thinking power what we have, that this the artificial intelligence means a man-made thinking power. That means what? The man-made thinking power that we have, we are going to it. Now artificial intelligence exists where we can find a machine can have a human based skill, isn't it? Such as a learning, then reasoning, then solving the problems. Lot of works are there. So all these particular work what we can find according to the father of artificial intelligence, John McCarthy. It is a scientist has engaged of making the intelligent machine. Okay, so what should be the goal of artificial intelligence? We say to create an expert system, the system which hold an intelligent behavior about the learners, about the demonstrations, about the explanations, about different type of device that are user advices. Okay, to implement the human intellectual and machine created systems that we are using and that we are implementing. So this is what we can see, that we have this particular thing. Now application of artificial intelligence, where we are applying those artificial intelligence. So AI has been dominated in the various area, lot of area, like gaming is one of the very popular area of your artificial intelligence. Next, what we have, natural language processing. Next we can find an expert system. Next what we have, a vision system. Okay, next we have a speech recognizer, handwriting recognizer, then intellectual robots. So all these things what we can find, that artificial intelligence is a science and technology based duplicate of an computer, isn't it? So computers is science, biology, psychology, then linguistic, mathematics, engineering. All this area we can find it. It is being used. Now, difference between the normal and the artificial, normal programming, artificial programming. Normal programming and regular programming, what we have an input a sequence of an alphabetic symbols with a present storage as per we give it, and we set it previously. We stipulate the rules that is being used. There is a limited commands and the medias that are being used, such as a keyboard, mouse, etc. But artificial intelligence, what we say, input may be in a sign, in a sound, in a light, in a touch, in a smell, in a taste, any pattern. Slight means one, dimensional symbols, different type of symbols that we are using. Two dimensional symbols, three dimensional symbols we can use. Processing, it will process, it will manipulate in a symbolized way, it will give you the previous algorithm, and it will process with the intellectual knowledge, pattern matching, logic matching, problem solving, all these things. Output means what? There is an output sequence of an alphabetic, and those the sets of color that we can have it. Output that we can find it, that we can print and synthesize all these matters, and we can work all these matters. Now, advantages of artificial intelligence. What are the advantages then we can find we have in an artificial intelligence? First and foremost, it is very high accuracy with an less error. Okay, what can be done? Decision can be made in pre-experience information. High speed, speed is very high. High reliability, it can be perform the actions which has an high accuracy power. Okay, useful, it is useful in for the risky area, like the situation where you need to defuse the bombs or explosives in the ocean floor, even the employed the human. So those things we can reduce. Then digital assistance, such as what we can find, there is an e-commerce is there, e-commerce website shows the product as per the customer requirement. Now useful as per the public utility, such as what we can find, the self-derived car, which can make our journey safer and hassle free. The facial recognition, so recognition for the security purpose, natural language processing, and the human language that has been workable. So artificial intelligence can be divided into subdivided parts, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Okay, so those are the things that we can find. Now, what is a machine learning? Machine learning means that is a system where we find that there is a learner can form an example of self improvement without any explicitly code or programs. Okay, as its name, it gives the computer that make it more similar to the human, and then ability to learn, like data and output. What we can find, computer is there and it will going to rule out, that means machine is going to working on it. Now, applications of machine learning, like image recognition, speech recognition, traffic, your predictions, product of the recommendation, self driving. Okay, email spam and malware, that are we can find it. Virtual personal assistants are there. Then online fraud case detections is there. Stock marketing, fraud case means fraud, lot of fraud calls for things that to come. Stock marketing trading, that is there. Medicine diagnosis, that is there. Automatic language translator. So this is all what we can find it will going to have. So how machine is learner? Machine learner is unsupervised of this particular learning phase, and supervisor of the learning phase. So what we have, clustering, classification, and recognition. Clustering, what is this clustering means? Clustering is the most common and unsupervised learning techniques. So it is an exploratory that we can find, we can analyze, we can hide the pattern, clusters, and all these things that can be done and that can be recognized. Now, classifying, we can classify the techniques where we can find that there are the different type of mails and genuine spams are there. Then regressions, the techniques where we can find that we are using the response. For example, we are changing the temperature and fluctuation of the demand point. Natural language processing, NPL. NPL very common in this word. So NPL means what? This is the way that where computer is analyzing, understanding, drive the human language, English, Spanish, Hindi, etc. So in this particular technology, in this particular pattern of technology that we can see, the machine can be understandable, that is being analyzed and manipulate and interpret the human language. So components of NPL, what is the components of the NPL? One thing we can find it, natural language understanding and natural language generations. Okay, natural language generation, two things, see, NLU and NLG, natural language understanding, natural language generation. Natural language advantage of NPL, NPL helps to get the direct response, the response that we are getting within a second we can get the response. NPL offer what? Extra exam of the qualification. NPL also help to communicate with the human being. It also help to for very time effective manners. It is very important in the efficient documentations that we do and identify the information, isn't it? So this is the things that we can find. What is the applications that we can find, like question answering session, like spam detection, sentimental analysis, mechanical analysis, spelling correction, speech recognition, chatbot, information extractions. Okay. Now, next I will discuss about the immersive experiences. Immersive experiences means what? That we can find that we can pull the persons to a new argument reality, enhancing everyday's life via the technology. It often uses one or more technologies linking together. So there are the three pillars what we can find for immersing the experiences of this particular quality, then sound quality, and intuitive interactions. So full of immersions can be only achieved with simultaneous applied for all of these three, isn't it? So how do an argument work? How can an argument work? That is also very important, that involving the technology SLAM. What is the full form of it? Simultaneous logicalization and mapping. Okay, simultaneous logicalizations and mapping. Deep tracking, briefly analyze the sensor of the data and the distance of the objectives. These are the what? Camera sensor, that we can find. The camera sensor is there, that we are interactions and spending. Processing is there, that device is eventually should act as a little computerized and measures the speed, angle, direction, orientations. Project, that we can find it, this refers to the miniatures of the project, AR headsets and all, and reflections of some mirrors that we can find, human eyes reflection, view reflection. So all these things are there. Okay, next what we can find, AR applications, where we can use the AR. So artificial intelligence, there are the new games that we are using, like Pokemon game, immersing game. We find it that a person is moving and in opening that device and catching the Pokemon from the road. So where the Pokemon is, that is not Pokemon is nothing is there. It is just an imaginary, and for that so many person has lose the life also, and that's what we can find, that it has been banned now. So AR artificials that we can find is it's a real act of the customer to find the sales and awareness of the sales, that 3D model of the size that can be shown to them, isn't it? Virtual reality means you can see in this advertisement lots, that if you wear one glass, this type of glass, and you feel that everything is in front of you, everything is real, everything is working. That is what we say virtually. Hence, in your eyes, you find all the things that are really, all the incidents are going on in front of you. It seems that you are doing it, you are in that particular area, but originally you are sitting in your home, originally you are sitting in your sofa or some other places, isn't it? So this is what the 3D world, 3D objective world. Next, what we can find, the basic of the virtual reality works, that our headset, our earphone, three-dimensional, that environmental screen, we can find all these things that we are using, and we are connecting them and we are working on it. Okay, so this is the things that we can find. So applications where we can find, we are applying it in the automobile industry, in the healthcare industry, there we required it, in the tourism industry, in the real estate industry, architecture, gambling, learning and development. So there we can find these are the things that we are using. Now big data is what? Big data means we can find it, a huge amount of data is volumed, and we get to expose those data. We work with a large amount of data, and it is a complex, none of the traditional methods or the management can work on it. So big data is what? A data processing, that where we can utilize it, where we can make the decisions, we can improve the different type of customer service, like we can say railway system, we can say that airline system, so many hospital management system, okay, early identifications of the risks of the product, isn't it? So this is what we can find, that big data is there, and those the big datas we are using. The characteristics of the big data, first and foremost, is the volume. The big data is a huge amount, enormous size. So how we are managing it, that is one of the challenge. Variety means what? That there is an heterogeneous sources, natural data sources, structures, in our life we are constructing all these things, and we can find it that they are working in this one. Velocity, what we means, the speed, how much the speed it is working. And variability, it refers to the in continuous sources that can be shown for it. So this is what we can find, this is what we can see, that we are working with those data, and we are making those data to be implementable and to be workable. So this is how we can see that how we are making those structures, and how we are framing those structures to be workable, and to be implementable in a various way. So what we have read till now, we have read about the artificial intelligence, we have read different type of artificial intelligence, different type of datas, different type frames of datas, how we can utilize them, how we can characterize them, how we can make it that those the character is very much important for it. Okay, how we can make the structures implementable, how we can work with the virtual reality, how we can work with an artificial intelligence phase of that virtual reality, what is those virtual realities are, and how we can volumize this big data. Different area we can find that we have a big data, and we are implementing those big data. So how to implement it, how to work with it. So different type of big datas are there, that those the data that we can find it, that we have its implementation, we can find that we can construct the implementation. So this is the construction of the implementation, this is the part of the implementation, this is the work of the implementation is very important for us. And we are going to do this, and we can find it, those the data are been very much useful. Okay, so this is what about our first part. Today I am ending this first part. We will again meet on the second part based on this particular topic. So thank you all.